Well, hello friends, welcome back. It's been a few days, but we are back at it again. This is episode 5. I'm ImperialJedi. Appreciate you guys making your way back on over here, and this is the beautiful city of Imperius Ravenna. Let's jump back into the build here, guys. So the truth is, I actually ran into some editing issues with the my previous recording, so that's why it's a little bit delayed in getting out. Shadowplay got an update, and it unfortunately, I don't know what it did, but it kind of like turned, even though I had the microphone, like I don't use my microphone for, or I don't use Shadowplay, sorry, for recording my, my microphone. And for whatever reason, even though it was in the off setting, it recorded, so I had like double audio, like I used a separate program for that, so. What a headache. So we're just redoing this episode, basically. So I apologize for the delay. I'm trying to keep the momentum kind of going with these episodes. And, what I'm going to do right here is just basically add a new residential sector kind of in here. We're very close to unlocking our high density as well as our incinerators. So we'll be placing those very shortly. And then, if I could just show you guys our traffic map. We're actually doing a pretty darn good job overall. I'd say arguably the areas that might run into some problems eventually are going to be, I think, over here. You can see we're kind of getting high volume already, even though the city's kind of small. So this could possibly become a roundabout just to make things a bit more efficient. And hey, alright, look at this. And then over here, this is starting to get also just a little bit backed up. Especially as, you know, our industrial demand kind of goes up right now. We're going to have more and more trucks kind of pouring out. So my solution for this, which we recorded in the episode that didn't unfortunately make it through the editing block, is to make a new interchange right here, bring that in, and then connect to this roundabout. And then just have like a little bypass for this. And that'll help spread the load around. I think that'll do like a phenomenal job in traffic. We just finished making it in the like the end of the other one, so hopefully I can make it a little bit faster and we can see how it kind of turns out. Okay, so I wanted to just change things up a little bit down here. You know, actually, let's let the clock run a little bit more so this fog can kind of go away. I had a suggestion, and I just want to kind of hear your thoughts on it, guys, where we could turn off the dynamic weather and lose this road connection for a second. Yeah, turn off the dynamic weather and just have like a daylight only, just for when we're building, and then we can always turn the night cycles back on and off if we wanted to do some, you know, some showcases or that kind of stuff, right? I think what I'm going to do right here is just add a little bit of a bridge. And this is just going to be kind of temporary. We're going to change this again. We're just kind of going, you can tell, like block by block as we're kind of designing this little road here, but subject to change. So we're going to go up to 12, so that's 4 clicks up. I'm going to try and line that up perfectly. There we go. That was kind of cool. So we're going to lose the ability to zone right around here, but my thoughts are to make this like a bit of a faster corridor as well. So this would be for if you're going really long distances, say to our industrial sector, say if you live over here or something. And then maybe this little in-town thing is if you're just going from, like, say you live here and your friend lives there and you want to just kind of hop over really quickly or something. So having said that, I want to maybe sneak a road or something in here, or have maybe the roundabout kind of break off like this and just have some, like, you know, houses, some shops or something, a little unique neighborhood, you know. I don't see why we can't sneak something in. And then just in the interest of making things just different and unique, I'm doing a different build style right now than I did when I recorded the last little episodes. This is kind of like fresh and new for me too. Can we do something like that over here? Oh cool, how does that, wow. That lines up, how about that? I can move to right here. Oh boy, how does that not line up over here though? I think we need to do one over. Oh boy, this is when things start falling apart on you. Okay, so it looks like the bridge segment is 1 unit shy on this side. I don't know if that was enough to correct it. Oh boy. We'll see, hopefully. Okay, good. Good, good. Don't be a doubter here. Talking to myself, not you guys, of course. Okay, so we'll have the one-way come down to say here. We'll have it end in a logical spot. Do something like this, I guess. That's kind of fun. Oh, and then something else that I really want to start doing is I'd like to introduce... I know I've talked about this already, but I think we're going to maybe get to it if we have time this episode. But I want to start doing a bike network. And let's not do just totally gridded out streets over here. Let's maybe curve something just to kind of get some new shapes happening. And then just so we get a little bit of symmetry, maybe we can try with that over here as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of the same, right? That looks cool. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Oh, that'd be crazy if that lined up. I think that's kind of pushing it. That's fine like that. Here we go. And I think it might be a little bit overkill to do one more connection through here, so let's maybe just leave that alone. However, I'm not opposed to doing something like this, just because this is going to be like a little residential sector. Maybe we can do this as well, just to get the extra lane kind of coming in. That's kind of cool. Because even though we have the ability now to make high-density buildings, doesn't mean we're going to be only doing that. Like, I still want some variety to our height and all that stuff, too. And then you need houses. You can't just have a city full of condos. That's no fun. Alright, so to start us off with some high-density... Didn't realize we're on a night cycle. So let me just kind of see, you know, I'll turn it off right now, just so we can build during the day without weather or anything. And you guys let me know what you think on this. So day cycle and then weather. Turn those both off. So we get clouds and stuff, but that's basically it. Otherwise it'll just be daytime. And this will be a lot easier, I think, to kind of follow along with the build. But I kind of like seeing the city at night. I enjoy the transition too. So we're not going to like get rid of night permanently, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Alright, so high density buildings, they can be, you know, same idea as these ones, maximum 4x4 in terms of the tiles right there. So let's just drop a few in. Makes kind of sense to put them in and around areas that have, you know, wider roads or kind of geared for a little bit, you know, more traffic already. The only thing about putting lots of high density buildings in close together is they feel very like walled in. So you can do a spacing if you want of say one unit like that, and then you can always put like a pathway in between just to kind of make things feel a little bit less crowded. Maybe extend that down just to kind of open this area up a little bit more. And then don't be afraid to put like a plaza or something nearby too. Maybe we can change our pathways again here. You want to make sure these kind of connect, though. Otherwise, no one will be using them. That's kind of fun. And then, you know, we can always do mixed zoning and that kind of stuff, too, so. But I find that with the, with the high-density buildings, if you just go wall to wall, it's like that concrete jungle kind of feeling. So you can't really see, you know, through the buildings, that kind of stuff. And that's not to say you can't do that. I just find that it looks a little bit, you know, overpowering. For your downtown, you kind of want it, though, and like where you're going to be making like office zones, that kind of stuff, it's a little bit unavoidable, but... So like here, for example, if we were going to put some offices in... Kind of see what this looks like. I would probably do just maybe like a plaza or something. Maybe we can do it in line with that road. And then, actually, would this fit down here? Oh, look at that. That looks kind of nice, right? And then just for the sake of just having some people walk around, making it look a little bit cooler at night because of the way the, even though we won't see it at night, that'll be kind of nice with those pathways. That's kind of cool too. So yeah, the whole goal of this is just to kind of bring down the density a little bit so you don't get lost in the concrete jungle. And let's drop in our incinerators. We're going to put them next to our landfills, or as close as you can kind of get them. Because when we click on empty facility, we're going to be shipping out the trash over to the landfill. So just for the sake of traffic and all that kind of stuff, you want it to be a pretty efficient route. So having them pretty close by is pretty much the way to go. So for this, actually, you know, it's probably more efficient to put them up here. So those are going to make a loop, essentially. Or I guess they would go this way. And then back in. So we'll empty that one out. We'll rezone right over here. And then stuff that I like to do this sometimes, I'll put in some offices in and around my industrial areas, and I'll kind of, like, not like make-believe, but I'll kind of, like, you know, in my mind, they'll be like the administrative buildings for, like, say, some of these, so I think it all kind of ties in. And you get some variety in the buildings that come in, and then, you know, you get also just a little bit more jobs created, that kind of stuff. Ups the realism factor. There. It's kind of cool, I think. Okay, so back over to, actually turn these ones off too, before I forget. Almost forgot. There, and then once they're empty, that's when you can move them or delete them if you want. So I'm going to do some high density zoning along the avenues down here. And then we'll put some houses in as like the backdrop behind them. And these should be kind of cool shaped buildings. Don't zone these little one squares. I find that the one unit really tall buildings look a little bit, you know, a little bit bizarre. But of course, to each their own. Maybe we can keep this as a little shopping block still. Because if you have your commercial close enough that people can walk, we're gonna lose our little Stonehenge, unfortunately. You know what we probably should have done with this is made like a park out of this thing. Because I kind of assumed that when we drop that road in, that the asset would disappear. But we could do something like this, maybe draw a path through it now if we're allowed. Yeah. Gosh, can we get a roundabout path through here? Oh my gosh. The only issue, right, is like it's off center, so it's not going to be. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's going to look 100% right, but. Oh no! Okay, can that come back? Okay, good. Okay, let's try a smaller, tighter one in here. Oh, cool. Oh, darn, we lose that part. Like, my heart's not broken, that it's not, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I really would love this to be symmetrical. I guess we're going to do our best, so we're... Oops, that went too far. I guess we can just do this instead. Gosh, this is so challenging. I don't have the... It's at the snap points. I guess if I turn them off. Yeah, you know what? We should have turned them off in the first place and done a roundabout like that. And interestingly enough, with the paths, if you just draw them like this, it kind of creates the roundabout for you. Looks not really that convincing in terms of a roundabout, but just if you're in a hurry. Right? Yeah, see? It's possible. Very possible. Okay, so that's kind of better, I guess. Whatever, connect it like that, that's fine. Luckily with the paths, if you get them close enough, they'll kind of auto-complete themselves. There we go. There we go, we're getting somewhere now. I actually like the way this is going. Okay. And if you're worried about getting this perfectly straight, then you can just turn the snappers back on. But that's kind of fun, and we preserve our little Stonehenge thing. So great news, that's good. So we'll scale back on the zoning, keep this a little bit more of a park kind of feel. And yeah, all right. Put some houses across the street. Cool. So our demand right now is basically for just like offices or industry. I'm putting these in as like a little precursor because I know once we drop a whole bunch of offices and whatnot down, our demand for residential is going to shoot right back up. So when we're building our little highway interchange, I want these to kind of populate. So we'll just do a little bit more offices just over here, just to get the ball going. And we can scale back a little bit on these now. Still the plan to kind of convert this area over. Alright, so that should definitely help with our demand. Let's go up by 4. And 4 as well over here. There we go. And you know what we need is a little bit of high density commercial. Don't really have too much of that just yet. Or maybe not even any yet. Okay, let's go like that. You'll notice sometimes I don't zone all the available squares. I sometimes leave spaces. That's to ensure that the buildings don't kind of face the one-ways. And I sometimes, like I was saying before, I think the skinny, narrow buildings look a little bit, a little bit strange. So we'll try and avoid them here and there. Okay. So we do have some high-density residential pockets in here. We should make ourselves a little bit more of like a central kind of spot. So maybe in and around this big park, what we can do is take all of these buildings out. And we can convert this over to high density. Okay, so some commercial shopping just on both sides of our park right here. Because I was saying before, yeah, with traffic and all that flow, you want people to be able to walk to their commercial zones as often as possible. And that'll just cut back on them having to drive, and then, less cars on the road, and then that kind of, it's a good thing, right? So let's cut through here. Don't necessarily need to go down the side streets. Just to get the extra zoning squares used up. And then to kind of scale things back so it doesn't get so, like, hectic and that concrete jungle feeling, now we can put in some of these. Ideally, where they'll symmetrically look kind of nice. It'd be kind of cool if both of those fit, but now you're pushing it. Like that kind of stuff drives me a little bit crazy when they don't quite line up, so I think we're going to leave that, but we can always do this. Maybe just a couple plazas too. And the parks and everything, they help with the land value, so it's definitely a win-win. No one's unhappy with the parks, going in. And then we can always ring these around with a little pedestrian pathway just to kind of add a little bit more life and walkability, and you get the lighting at night and stuff, so it's kind of cool. Quite like that. Okay, so now I want to build our highway interchange. Time's kind of running out for that. It took a little bit too much in our in-town, but that's okay. I know what I'm after over here. So this should be kind of fun. And make it a little bit more efficient than the last design, hopefully. So we've got our multi-directions like such. And then what I was hoping to do, but I made the realization that we haven't unlocked them yet, was to bring this train track up and make it into a little, like a bridge or something. But unfortunately, we cannot do that yet. And then, just so we don't have too many overlapping bridges, I decided to actually make this part into a tunnel. So we'll just come up like this. I can get the snap points to cooperate. There we go. Not too shabby, like that. Very simple. And then, just because of how tight this one was, I think we're actually going to make this into... Oh, we can't make it perfect. Yeah, so I didn't actually do the spacing just right. I should have started with that that side there. Here I am trying to hurry things, and And of course, we get it all wrong. Yeah, let's just try this one more time. Right fresh from the beginning. And it's B for bulldoze. It's just kind of like a hotkey. It took me forever to remember to use that. So maybe we can actually bring this up instead. I don't want the turns to be too steep. So why don't we actually, let me draw, just for a point of reference, where our road will be kind of coming out. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that. And so we'll just have a little bit of that transition, and then we're gonna have these roads curve in and just meet up. So let's try a little bit of a longer, sleeker approach with this. I think our interchange is gonna look very drastically different than how I made it in the previous episode, but that's okay. We want something new. Okay, so that's similar to what we had, but I think a little bit tighter. I was going for actually something a little bit more elongated, but that's okay. And I want that to come, there we go, just a little bit off of an angle, so we have just a bit more room to sneak another road in like this. And it'd be kind of cool if we could maybe pull off the same slope and everything, just to get some symmetry in here. If the game wants to cooperate, of course. What height is this? So if you're unsure of the height, you can just click here to get that as a point of reference. And now we can just do like a little piece like that. Down a bit like that. Oh, we're not even close here. Or of course the other trick is the old eyeball technique. There we go, that looks about even to me. Oh yeah, actually it's not so bad as a bridge like that. That's a little steep on this side, to be honest. I'm not 100%. Maybe we can lower this in stages. Oh, that's so much cleaner. Oh, I love that. Oh, this is such a nicer design already. This, I think, can be fixed. Oh, that poor car. I love how close together they are, but the fact that they're not really straight, that's kind of my like little secret pet peeve kind of thing. Well, not so much secret because you guys kind of know about it, but you know what I mean, right? So let's go like this to get even closer. And then we'll delete the extra row that we don't need. And it looks like we need to be right there. Okay. Delete that part. Oh, look at that. Well, would you look at that? Perfect. And then, excellent. Oh, what a nice... Oh, I love it. How does this stuff happen? Oh my goodness. That is one of the nicest transitions I have seen in a while. Without using any mods, I'm digging that, guys. That's really cool. Okay, here's where the fun part begins. Can this happen? No. Okay, well that's not the end of the world. I was able to upgrade these to like a wider segment. Because what I'd like to do is have the breakaway happen. I guess we'll do it over here, just for the sake of symmetry. And then we're gonna go, I guess, underneath. Because I don't want to make this look too busy. Yeah, let's go under. And, okay. So I guess that'll just kind of come like that, over and around. Perfect. Just enough room? No. Darn, that's not fun. Okay, well, let's have to go like this. Just a little bit further in. There we go. Okay, so that is the way out. Go in both directions. Splits, perfect. Now we need just the way in. And I hope we can get these to overlap in terms of the tunnel. If not, we can always have that one come in as a bridge and then follow the same little curve around through here. That might look interesting. I'm not opposed to trying that just in the name of like science or whatever, but yet to be seen if it'll work. All right, so let's just follow this gently. And I don't even know if we have the room. Oh, we do. Okay, so this can be changed in a second just to kind of give us a bit more space right here for this thing. It would be nice to actually line like the two ramps up like this, like where these ones. Oh boy. Okay. That's not, honestly, that's not the worst looking. I think that curve can be a little bit nicer since we're putting this much effort into it already. The name of the game is just smoothness. Nothing too sharp, because then your cars won't be able to go too fast through the interchange. There we go. All right. So arguably this part could be looking a little bit nicer. I know it's like our 20 millionth attempt, so I do appreciate you guys being a little bit patient when it comes to this kind of stuff. But just my thought process on why I take a little bit longer and try stuff out is I'm a man of trial and error just in general. And I just kind of, yeah, you know, if we're going to be taking screenshots and this is going to be like a major part of the city eventually, or if it's like we always see this interchange, might as well just do a good job on it, right? So we'll stagger the height up a bit. I think we're going to maybe change that. I think that's kind of our problem area. Yeah, there you go. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we go below ground. And we don't want to upgrade, we want to use these. Alright. Now this might be a matter of, oh, it'd be so cool if we come up in the middle. Oh, I don't know if we have the room for that, though. Yeah, I don't have a lot of room for this. So that'll come, I think, like this. That probably makes the most sense. There we go. Hey, cool! We did it! I like this a lot more than what I did before. Yeah, I like this a lot, guys. And so the effort, or the goal of this is to kind of take a lot of the load off of this interchange. This is getting pretty backed up, right? And then something just I can do really quickly to show you guys to kind of help a little bit with queuing traffic over here is if we switch this over, if you want, you could use a 2-lane. You could use even a 6-lane if you want. I use the highway 3-lane ones. Just upgrade that last little segment right there. And we can do the same thing over here as well. And that just gives a little bit more room for people to kind of queue. You see right there, so it's a little bit more efficient for the lights and stuff. So do that however, you know, however you need. And then let's kind of stare at this now. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. I really love this part. Oh my gosh. And so we can put in some trees, some bushes, make this a little bit more, you know, a little bit more jazzed up, a little bit nicer. Otherwise, not too shabby. But I think we're going to end things off, though, with this. So definitely a very productive episode. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Glad we got the chance to redo it. And look at that. It's working. People are using this. So in the next episode, what I want to do is put in some bike lanes. I want to put in some walking paths in and around these parks over here, just to get some more use out of them. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of continue the push. Like, we need to get some, you know, more taxpayers, get the population a little bit higher. I want to eventually unlock our trains. We can start moving into public transit. And like I was saying before, we got to pick a spot where we're going to do our central transit hub. We're going to have to put in the first of our universities. Like, holy smokes, we got so much to do, right? So I don't want to feel like anything is rushed, because we definitely have, you know, so much time, plenty of time. So you guys let me know what you think about the day-night cycles. I'm kind of fine keeping it as a daytime. You know, we can always switch over to nighttime just for some, you know, cinematics here and there. But it does make things a lot easier to build and follow along. So just whatever you guys want. You know, I'm all about the whole democracy, team effort kind of thing. So this is kind of cool, right? This whole high-density neighborhood built around this park. So I like this. Yeah, so we'll explore the city a little bit more in depth in the next episode, and we'll do some more, yeah, up close and personal stuff, some bike lanes and parks and this and that, and yeah, here we go. So thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate all the suggestions, all the love and support. I look forward to reading the comments, and yeah, I hope your own cities are going pretty well, too. Getting lots of comments, and you guys are sharing some cool screenshots and stuff, and I appreciate that. So if you're looking to send stuff my way, I've got a subreddit, and we've got a Steam community page, so feel free to post some stuff there. I got to be a little bit more active in both, so I do apologize. A lot of you guys are posting some really cool stuff, and I'm sorry I'm a little bit slow to respond sometimes. But yeah, check it out. Those links are on the TO Vlogs YouTube channel on the main page there, so you guys can find that. All right, all the best. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves.